Alrighty. Howdy, folks. My name is Eric. Welcome to the live stream. Today is April 19th, 2025. It is 1500 hours Eastern Standard Time. And as usual, today is going to be a bit different. So I have skipped the past few weeks doing my usual demo live stream. I didn't really have anything substantial to show, so I took a couple weeks off, and coming back, I have done a lot of reorganizing of the content that I have already created and also how I am going to be posting it and publishing it moving forward. So that's what I want to show you today. A bit less of a technical tutorial than usual, a little bit more housekeeping, but that's okay. Some interesting stuff that I built towards the end that I will be showing you. To start things off, though, we are on Discourse. I've been showing this off a lot on these live streams, and my previous method for publishing my own live streams outside of YouTube has been to create a thread on this Discourse server. It's discourse.eom.dev, D-E-V. So each live stream that I would host and then record, I would upload to YouTube and separately would create a thread on this Discourse server for that live stream. And I had a bunch of categories to categorize those live streams, and I found the whole thing a bit cumbersome to use. It wasn't the most elegant solution, I don't think, so I have consolidated a lot of them. Pretty much all of the previous streams that I have done in 2025 or starting in 2025 are existing in this 2025 Q1 init thread. So what I'm doing here is focusing a lot more on threads, and I'm posting multiple live streams in a thread to create a series of related videos in this format. This is really ugly. I don't like this version of it. What I have done here is taken all of the previous posts that I had made. Each one was written as if it were its own thread, and I just copy and pasted them into a single reply to this thread. And it's really ugly and not the best way of doing things. I just did it for this one as a stepping stone while I am converting from one thread per stream to multiple streams per thread. So that's what's going on here. It's a little bit ugly, but it's fine. It will do. It gets a little bit better when we come into the 2025 Q2 remote access thread. This is the one that I'm currently working on, and it has, let's see, that first live stream that I did in this quarter. I think this was the planning stream. It had the video summary bot, that's a post here, and then this video that I am filming and streaming right now will become a reply to this thread. There are some technical reasons for doing this. It makes Discourse, while it is a forum primarily, it also functions as a mailing list. So each thread can be like an email thread, and so you can actually use an email client to subscribe to any one of these threads. That's a little bit beyond the scope of what I want to talk about here. Again, this thread, it's just me posting in it at the moment, and so we can't really see the full idea in that example, but fortunately, in some of the previous streams that I have done, I have mentioned a Luanti mind test video game server that I am also hosting on this network, and that thread has gotten some extra attention. So we will be able to see what the full idea that I'm going for here is in this one. So, scrolling up to the top here, I started it off with a wiki post. So this is intended for any person who has an account on this website, and that is to say any person with a Google account, because you can sign in with a Google account to this. Anyone with an account on this website is able to edit this post and add information. We are not strictly talking about the Mindtest server here, so we're going to ignore a lot of the details that are written here. Point being, people who have joined the server and are playing on the server can edit this post to add information and make sure that it's accurate. I just give some basic information about how to acquire the game, how to join the server, mods that we're using, etc., etc. What's more interesting is that, like I have said in the other threads, I post the streams that I am hosting. In this case, these are the streams that I am hosting from this video game server. I post those as replies to the thread, but the best part is when the other people on the server also reply and add information. So here we have Chi requesting some mods. I posted a second episode live streaming from the server. Unacceptium has mentioned seeing their, I can't read them while I'm talking, it's a bit difficult, but just mentioning that I showed off their house in the live stream. Chi shared a few locations they found on the server. Again, we're not here to talk about the video game, we're here to talk more about the thread. What we're seeing here is basically the interactive side of what I'm trying to do with this, where I can post the streams and the videos that I am making. I can host my own content, but then also have it open so that other people can comment and interact with that content. So that's what I'm going for with this, and I'm actually really happy to see the Mindtest people are leaving replies, so that's really cool. That extends to YouTube as well. If you are watching this on YouTube, you are welcome to come to this Discourse server. Should be able to log in with exactly the same account, and you can interact with this stuff as well. That said, we are going to talk next about the newest thread that I have created, which is actually the second in the list. Discourse orders things in an interesting way. So this is a new thing that I am trying to start on this platform. The platform I'm referring to not being YouTube, even though the videos will probably end up on YouTube anyway. So this is a thread that I am working on, just started it, and the focus is totally different for what this channel usually is. That is to say, technical tutorials, software, how to build stuff. But this is going to be about music theory, improvisation, and recording. And the idea here is basically that, in the same way that I am hosting this regular live stream where I talk about technology and building things, I'm hosting another live stream where I am playing on that Mindtest server. Another live stream that I am going to try hosting is one where I am talking about music theory and improvisation. My actual background, my education is in music theory. I have a master's degree in music theory. So of all the things I've talked about on this channel, this is probably the thing I'm actually legitimately qualified to do. So a bit funny. But yeah, so I'm going to try and host a live stream. The idea here is that I am taking concepts from music theory and applying them to improvisation on a keyboard, which is not something I am particularly good at. I can kind of demo here. So yeah, it's like if you are not a jazz pianist, it might sound pretty good. If you are, however, you've probably stopped watching. So there are some concepts of music theory that can allow me to kind of play a little bit and improvise a bit just by applying concepts. So yeah, I'm going to share that. I'll show you what I'm going on. It's not the point of this stream at the moment, so I'm just going to move on. So in the same way, I will be posting any streams that I do about that to this thread. This one has been a little bit interesting, though, because it also ties in both to the Mindtest server and Owncast, which is where I'm hosting this video right now. So, on Gitti, which is my source code hosting service, I created this issue to deploy a music streaming service. And originally, I was thinking about Azuracast. If you aren't familiar, Azuracast, I probably would want to see the actual homepage. Azuracast, it's basically internet radio, self-hosted internet radio. So in the same way that all of the services that I'm showing here are things that I'm hosting on my own network, I wanted to take the audio recordings that I get out of both doing these live streams and just, I have this keyboard right here. I use it all the time. So if I just hit record, I should have a library of kind of bad improvisations. So why not broadcast those to the world? It's maybe not the best idea, but anyway, I'm going to do it. So so this is that. And so originally I was thinking of Azuracast, which is a pretty well-made software application. The problem is that if we go to the documentation and start looking into how it's deployed, even with they have it set up for Docker, but it's a Docker compose file, so it's going to build a bunch of stuff and initialize things. And so, in other words, I can't just put it in Kubernetes easily. In fact, there is a discussion where someone else has asked to have Azuracast deploy in Kubernetes, and their response was that it wasn't particularly wanted outside of a enterprise environment, and this isn't that. So that's a shame. Maybe that's something that we could build on this channel if we really want to do Azuracast. That said, I came up with a different solution. This is a bit of a hack job. It's a bit duct tape and string. But essentially, all I've done is taken a Raspberry Pi. I have installed OBS on it, Open Broadcast Studio, which is what I am using to stream and record right now. So this is my desktop Inspiron 3670 tower PC that I'm using right now. Over there is a Raspberry Pi 4B, and it has OBS installed on it. And I have taken a MinIO bucket. So all of the files that we're seeing here on Discourse, all of these video files, and all of the audio files that I am going to create, I'll let this load so we can actually see it. So this video, if we look at the URL for this video, minio.eom.dev. It's pretty small, so you can't really see it, but this is hosted on another self-hosted service called MinIO. Okay. It's a implementation, an open source implementation of Amazon's S3 object store, and I'm putting all of my videos and audio and all of my media on MinIO. It offers very efficient uploads and downloads. You can browse this bucket, minio.eom.dev/public. It's really ugly to browse it. This is what it looks like. It's just an XML. There are better ways of browsing it. One such way being to mount the bucket onto the local file system. So I can show you. Okay, this is an SSH connection to the very Raspberry Pi in question. And I can use this program called S3FS. Here's the full command. I don't know how legible that is, especially if you're on a phone. But anyway, S3FS allows me to mount that bucket to my local file system. So let's see. Whoops. So I mounted the public bucket on MinIO to the local file system on this public folder, and we see those audio and video subdirectories, audio and video. And then what I do is on the OBS instance that is running on the Raspberry Pi, I have a source that is just a playlist going through all of the MP3 files that I store on MinIO. And then I can use this other thing called OBS Web, which is right here. And I need to log in. Something seems to be interesting about this right now. Let me try this again. Technical difficulties. I might need to reset that. That's not a big deal. Basically, OBS Web is a very simple Docker container that you can use to control OBS remotely, so that I don't have to go and like manage that Docker, or not Docker, but that that Raspberry Pi manually. Basically, I can just pull up that web page and start the stream. Point being, the end goal of this is that when I am not broadcasting to Owncast as I am right now, where I'm turning on my camera and doing something and showing something, I can have a 24/7 broadcast of a playlist of all of these audio files that I will be creating. So in between the the demos and the video games and the music theory actual live streams, I will also be able to broadcast just basically an internet radio. It won't be a real internet radio because it will actually be like a full video broadcast, and there are more things I need to do to get that set up. This ticket is following the progression of that. You can check that out if you're interested. I think that covers what I wanted to show. Here is the calendar. So this is the stream we're doing right now, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday, April 19th, 2025. We can see I have the Luanti one scheduled, another demo, and here is the first music theory live stream, scheduled for 8 p.m. Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. We're just going to be trying things out, and we are going to be focusing on adding things to this thread. I want it to be, well, I don't know what I want it to be just yet. Basically, what I am going for is a educational video where I am going to be creating some MP3 and MIDI files that should be, well, you know what? I haven't really thought about this that far yet. To be determined, but I'm going to do this. So, yeah, I think that is going to cover everything that I want to show you today. This video is, as usual, going to be uploaded to YouTube, but its real home is going to be in this thread right here. So, if you feel so inclined, please feel free to join us over here on Discourse and do whatever you want, I guess. We'll see how it goes. I actually, so a bit behind the scenes, some administration things. I have set this up so that I am the only one who is able to create threads at the moment, whereas anybody who logs in with their Google account can reply to a thread. I have a few reasons as to why. One of them being this is a federated service, so it can connect to other Discourse instances. So if you are hosting your own Discourse, we can have like a shared space. That's again, we're getting beyond the scope of this video at this point. Yeah, I think we'll just wrap it up there. It's fine. We have reorganized Discourse. I'm starting to work on a 24-hour broadcast for music, and we'll be doing some music theory and technology streams in the near future. I think that will do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Toodaloo.